up, you guys? Famous Ashley Grant here. Welcome to More Movement, Please, the podcast where I hope to inspire you to move your body more. Well, Happy New Year. I know that the first episode of the year already went live a couple of days ago, but believe it or not, that was actually recorded last year. I try to do this thing where I batch record as many episodes in advance as possible, and thank goodness I do, because I actually got sick, and while I was sick, I was unable to record. And I mean, yeah, I probably could have recorded, but it would have sounded awful. And you may still hear that I'm a little bit scratchy in the throat, but I'm a lot better than I was. And so I just kind of wanted to hop on here and say Happy New Year and welcome to 2026. I am so excited about this year. My word of the year is movement. And for the longest time, I actually stopped having a word of the year. And the reason for that is because I had a word of the decade a while back, and that word was experiment. And the idea was that I was starting to get so scared of every single thing that I wanted to do that I decided, you know what, from now on, I'm just going to start saying that things are an experiment so that I wouldn't be so scared to do everything. So anyways, that became the trope for a while, is that my word of the decade was experiment. And I still am subscribing to that idea that I want to treat everything as an experiment, because the reality is that is exactly what life is, right? Life is an experiment. It's a series of experiments. And if we treat it as such, then it's not so scary to do all the things that we want to do, because everything's a possibility. Everything, is possible. And so I still contend that my life is an experiment. However, my word of the year is movement. And the reason for that is because I really want to inspire people to move more. That's the whole point of the podcast, right? Is that I want to inspire people to start moving their bodies more. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be working on all year, is encouraging people to move. I actually have a meeting this week with a potential sponsor for a different podcast that I'm planning on launching. But doing that, like just going through that process, is getting me inspired for how I will work on monetizing this podcast. And the reason for trying to get this monetized is I really want to make it more feasible and more sustainable, because the truth is, even though I am recording these episodes in my car, it does take some time to, do the processing of this audio, to put it through the program that I use to enhance the speech, to go through the process of creating the show notes, creating the descriptions, promoting it on social media. All of that takes time and energy. And I really want to make this podcast more of a movement, in the sense that I want people to know about it and hear about it and have the opportunity to hear my journey and hear, any guests that I may bring on. The very first guest I had was Rhonda, who's my instructor here at the Y. And I want to interview more people. Like, that is a huge goal of mine for 2026, is to interview other people and find out, about their journeys in fitness. I've actually already talked to a couple of people that I want to interview that are in their 70s. I want to talk to them, because I do find it fascinating that there are people that are older than me that are so much stronger than I am. And they're like what I aspire to be whenever I grow up, right? I really want to interview them just to talk about, fitness in your older years. So I'm hopeful that throughout 2026, I'll be able to interview more people. And I do want to start, doing more episodes. And to be able to do that, I do have to monetize this. So I'm just letting you guys know in advance that this is coming. I will be trying to find affiliate partnerships that make sense. I will be trying to find mutually beneficial partnerships for monetization. And that's not from a perspective of just trying to be a sellout. It is just, as content creators, we do spend a lot of time and energy, and even passion projects have to be monetized in order for them to be sustainable. So if you know anybody that would be interested in potentially, partnering with me for this podcast, I would love it if you'd send them my way. You can find me pretty much on any social media channel as @Famous Ashley Grant. And if you can't find me @Famous Ashley Grant, just search Famous Ashley Grant, and I'm sure you'll still find me. I also have famousashleygrant.com, and you guys can find me on that website. So hit me up. I would love to talk to anybody and everybody who would help me move this movement along. So, but yeah, that's the big thing. That's what's going on for 2026, is I really plan on doing a lot more things with movement. And I hope that you will continue to follow along with my journey. Thank you so much to everybody who listened to the first episodes that I did in 2025. I mean, starting this podcast, honestly, it was kind of a fluke. I didn't intend on starting a fitness podcast. That wasn't what I, went into things in 2025 with. But I don't know, just as I was getting serious about fitness, it just made sense for me to start keeping a kind of like a digital diary of what I've been going through. And I don't know if it's going to help people, but my hope is that it will. And if nothing else, I hope it inspires people to move. And so again, I want to thank you guys for being here and wish you the absolute most prosperous and most fit new year. I hope that this year treats us all so much better than 2025 did. I am grateful for the lessons that I learned in 2025, and I'm excited to see where 2026 takes me. I'm excited. I haven't been this excited about life in a really long time. And I haven't been this excited about creating content in a really long time. So thanks again for being here. Onwards and upwards, my friends. Have you worked out today?